celestial subjects. This is Rosalina, the celestial homebody, and happy Halloween. I don't know how Rosalina talks. She doesn't have a voice. That kind of sounded like Fluttershy from My Little Pony. This wig, you guys, this wig, I spent like 3 hours last night getting this swoop, and the swoop looks pretty good. But these little tendrils, Also, you can see my red hair underneath it. How do I look blonde, by the way? I definitely do not feel like myself. These bangs are giving, though. They're definitely tickling my chin. The hairs on my chinny chin chin. But they're also a little emo. Over again, no one to change my mind. Happy Halloween, everybody. Are you going to go trick-or-treating tonight? Let me know in the comments if you're dressing up or if you have kids, what they are dressing up as. I dare to bet that most children this year are either going to be dressed as Wizard of Oz / Wicked characters or K-pop demon hunters. But I wanted to be Rosalina because if you did not know, she is the celestial galaxy princess of the Super Mario franchise. And since I like to consider myself also a celestial princess and I really wanted to make a Luma, that is who I am. I got the little accessories like the wand, the crown, the little earrings, and the brooch here from Etsy. They're all 3D printed and they're really good quality. I made the little Luma, made that a few weeks ago in a video. And then my dress is actually from Shein. I do not recommend supporting them, but I am a very large and in charge kind of gal, and I could not find a Rosalina costume that was my size. This is what we have. This is what we're working with. I'm gonna put some pictures at the end of the video of my full cosplay costumes. We just did glamour shots a few minutes ago. So the wig is not, it's not giving. The wig isn't wigging, as the Zoomers would say. But anyways, you're probably wondering why we're here today. It's been a hot minute since Katie has done a Friday video, and that is because I wanted to dress up for you, and since today is Halloween, that's what we're doing. But I thought that we would do a fun concept for our Halloween video, and we're going to be crocheting vlog style a monster today. But big fat Kardashian butt, there is a caveat. I do not get to choose any of the monsters, colors, or accessories, or any of that. That is all going to be determined by a roulette wheel. So today we're going to spin the wheel to determine what color combos we're using for this monster, as well as how many teeth it has, what size eyes it has, what head or hair accessory it has, and then we're gonna make it, and I will show you what monstrosity, literally, we have at the end of the video. Let's get roulette wheel spinning. All right, so this first wheel spin is going to be for the arms. Are we gonna do rainbow, solid, 2 color stripes? Rainbow arms. Okay, interesting. Off to a very strong start. Now we need to find out what color the main body is going to be. We've got rainbow arms. So what color are we gonna get? Mint? Oh, teal. Okay. Is our monster going to have teeth or fangs or a tongue? I kind of hope we get a tongue. Make him look like Miley Cyrus. Teeth. Okay. Now we're spinning to see what is going on top of our monster's head. A horn, multiple horns. Looks like curly hair tuft. Okay. And finally, what size eyes are we going to put on him? This one might be subject to change, depending on how big it actually turns out to be. 30 millimeters, that's big. All right, so we need some teal, and I'm thinking that we're gonna go a little more muted. I do have quite a few teal options here. I feel like this would be nice. That's the less teal. I want to say that color is called Seafoam. It's Premier Basic Chenille Brights. But I think what's calling to me is this one right here. I believe this is a burnout baby. It's burnout of some sort, but it is super duper soft. I just hope that I have enough of this. Although since we're having to do the arms and the legs rainbow, I think that this should be enough for the body. I am, however, going to grab another color for the face. I did not create a wheel for what color the face is going to be, so maybe we go with both of the colors that I was thinking about doing. Oh, I've got a little partial skein in here. Let's pull that out and use that up first. I really like this color. It's very unique. Okay, so here's the main body and the face color. Now we need to figure out what sort of rainbow situation we want to do, because we're going more muted for the body. So maybe on the arms and legs, either we stick with the mutedness or we go like wild. And I kind of feel like orange is calling to me. I mean, orange and blue are complementary colors. So maybe that's why. Maybe we do more like fall colors. Like I have this Elise Voluto orange that's definitely more of a burnt orange, which is really nice. Let's set this out. See, look at how good those look together. That looks really nice. Okay, I think we are going to go more muted. So we've got orange. We also need a red. I do have that Burnout Mystical that we could use. This is Elise Voluto. It's not really bright red, so maybe that'll go. I don't know. It's looking kind of dark. You know what? I actually think we're going to go mustard instead of red. Something about the red just isn't sitting with me right now. Now, the problem is that I don't really have a mustard color that I really like. This is the Premier Basics Brights. Oh, actually, you know what? That looks great together. Okay, very fall festive. Okay, then should we do purple maybe? I've got like this nice muted purple. This is a burnout color. Let's see how this looks with it. Okay, we're gonna put it on top of my smut books there that you're not allowed to look at. How's that? All right, I'm seeing the vision. Maybe then, do we want to go green or pink? I'm thinking we do 4 or 5 colors. Now with pink, all of my blushes are over here. I cannot wait to get my shed office because I did not have enough room over here for all of my pinks. So I had to separate them, and I always forget that these are over here. But we definitely should go more blush. Now I have this color. This is Elise Voluto. I just do not have a lot of it. So let's see which we like. Ooh, that looks great. That looks really nice. Okay, or I have a lot more of this in the Premier Basics. That doesn't look as good. I think we got to go like that. Now, I am just using these on the arms for a few rounds, so hopefully that's enough. We're looking very autumnal over here. Should we do one more color? I didn't put in the wheel and specify like what, how many colors. I just said rainbow. And this covers almost all the basics of the rainbow except for green. So do we want to throw green in here? I feel like I need to make some sort of creative judgment and not do it if it doesn't look good. Okay, wait a second. Idea. What if for the arms we do these 4 colors, and then for the legs we do green, and then maybe like a brighter teal? Like I have, this is one of my favorite colors in the basics. This is Caribbean. Okay, what if we do bottom of the feet, legs, then body? Maybe even throw a little bit of this back into the legs so that when it comes up to the face, it looks cohesive, and then use these for the arms. I'm liking this color story. It's definitely not where I thought this was going to go, but I like it. Excuse my eyes. My desk is an absolute disaster right now. I just finished filming last week's video, so that's why there's crap laying all over the place. But I think this is what we're going to work with, you guys. Okay, so now we need to grab eyes. Now, the problem is, the wheel landed on 30 millimeter, and the only 30 millimeters that I have are these that either need to be painted or use glitter discs with. But I do have 35 millimeter in solid black. I think that we're gonna hold off on the eyes for right now, until we like get the face made, because I'm okay going up to a 35 millimeter to get the solid black, since that was like what the wheel landed on. Otherwise it would have landed on glitter disc, which it did not. So I feel like one way or another we're going to kind of be cheating, because either we do a 35 instead of a 30, or we do a glitter disc when it didn't land on glitter disc. So let's make this monster first, and then we'll see how big the head is, and if it can accommodate the 35 millimeters, then we'll go with that. Also, I really need to get around to making cute little cards for each of these, because right now it's just Ryan's handwriting with post-it notes ripped up, and it's very shoddy looking, and I want it to be cute, especially when we move into the office shed. But let's fill up the Joann's cart with all of our yarn and go get creating this monster. So for the monster, I'm going to be using the Mama Made Minis Knotted Lovies book. Now, this is technically a Yeti. This is, what's her name? Yeeves the Yeti. Now on the Mama Made Minis Etsy page, they have another monster that's actually like a monster branded. It's like Mavis the Monster or something like that. That looks almost identical. The only difference that I can see is that the horns are physical horns instead of little baubles, but they look pretty much the same. And the Etsy one is $12 for the pattern, which I think is absolutely overpriced in my opinion, as a pattern designer and also a consumer of buying patterns on Etsy. That's like one of the most expensive that I've ever seen. Is $12 for a pattern is crazy to me. But if you support them by buying their book, you get this whole book. I don't remember how much it was on Amazon. I want to say it was like under 15 bucks, but you get all of the lovies. So my recommendation would be, you see Paisley pacing back and forth. You say, hi, Paisley. Say hi. You get all of the lovies in here. I don't remember how many there are. Does it say on here? Yes, 16. Heirloom amigurumi crochet patterns. Much better deal than buying them individually on their Etsy, but there are some on their Etsy and their website that they do not have in the book. So those would be the ones that I would say save your money to get, the ones that aren't in the book, but otherwise get this one on Amazon. And it's a really good quality book too, with really nice pictures and everything. So I'm going to be doing, what's her name again? I already forgot it. Yeeves the Yeti, or Yeeves the Yeti. So I'm also going to be stuffing the body, I think, because I don't know, I feel like the snuggler lovey styles people don't tend to like as much. I don't know if they think there's like a mistake in it or something as to why they're not stuffed, but I'm going to lightly stuff the body, and this looks like it's going to be a good size. So, ooh, I didn't pick out a toenail color. Should I just grab some like cream or white for the nails on the arms and the legs, or should I use a fun color? I feel like we should go white, or should we spin the wheel? I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to go grab cream, just to make it easier so I can get started on this. Okay, I have to talk quietly because Celeste is right outside. Oh, there's Luma. By the way, I'm recording this before the intro and the outro, so also excuse the eyes. I just finished making these. They're meant to be like Y2K, fun, like 90s retro vibe eyes. But anyways, so This is the monster head. Now, I don't know what on earth I was thinking when I was saying that the 35s would work, because you guys, I mean, what do we think? What do we think? Should we do big bulging eyes because that's what the wheel landed on? Or should we go more realistic? I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to waste these eyes because getting safety eyes this big, it's not super cheap. So the pattern calls for 14 millimeter. I think we're gonna do a little bigger. Do I have solid black and 18 millimeter? Oh, I guess I don't. Well, I do have these that we could put a glitter disc in, but I don't think that a glitter disc would look right, honestly, with this pattern. Let's see what the 14s look like here. I feel like they're a little small. I don't know. Do you guys think they're a little small? What if we did white pupils? Let's see what the whites would look like. I mean, this is completely cheating because this isn't what the wheel landed on. Some of you guys are probably going to be mad at me. Oh my gosh, this is difficult to do with one hand. Hang on. The whites are pretty fun. I feel like if it was a solid white, like this one, but white, I would be down. But I feel like the iris part kind of throws it off. Okay, let's just go with the 14 since that's what the pattern calls for. I know it's boring and I know that it's cheating, but to be fair to myself, I did not know exactly what pattern I was going to be using when I created the wheels. So I'm okay with giving up on this one. But look at how good these colors look together. I'm very pleased. I think that the teal was actually a really good draw or a good spin. And I'm very excited to go get the arms made. Sorry, I look like a trash panda at the moment. I just got out of the shower. But I wanted to insert these eyes with you guys because you're going to hold me accountable. So when I say that they're in here and they're even, and then I actually snap the backs on and then they end up not being even, you guys can yell at me for that. Or tell me that I'm not actually crazy and they did, in fact, look even before I snap the backs on. Because that's always what ends up happening. Okay, here we are. He looks like a fish, like woo, 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 woo. That is the look of every lady on Tinder. Okay, what do we think about the eye placement? In the camera, it looks good. And on here, I think it looks good. Should I put it off to the side more? Let me see where the book says to put it. Maybe I should go based on that. Between rounds 12 and 13, 11 stitches apart. Okay, so I got to put these down farther. Like here. But it's hard to tell 11 stitches apart because the face isn't closed yet. Interesting. Okay, it kind of looks like a monkey with these ears right now. I feel like now the right one is lower than the left one, so let's move that up a tad. What do we think now? I think that's good. All right, we're going to snap the backs on. This is the point of no return. Numero uno is on, and numero dos. Look at me speaking Spanglish. Okay, they're in. Let's close up the face. I am currently watching The Midnight Club. I started this last week and I've been making my way slowly through it. Oh, I need stuffing. I always keep these bags around the house of like Marshalls and TJ Maxx bags full of my polyfill. I don't recommend doing that. Don't talk with polyfill in your hand. Don't inhale it. But I also don't recommend doing this on your couch because this stuff gets everywhere. but we're cleaning our couch tomorrow, so it's fine. But you know, these little like, I don't know if it's like plastic in this or what, but there's like those little hard bits in there. Tee-hee. This thing looks crazy with its mouth open. I love these colors though. Okay, think that we did well on the eyes. Okay. Now, should I add, what's the word, eyelids? Maybe we'll wait to decide later. Oh, and you know what? I realized, so the wheel, remember, landed on hair tuft. I need to decide what color I want to do for that. And I'm thinking that we'll use fur. And I don't have every color of fur. So I think once we finish the main body, we'll spin the color wheel again. And then if it lands on something that, like I don't have the colorway in fur, then we'll just keep spinning until we get something that I have in fur color. But I do have some weird colors. Like I do have like a couple purples. I have like a really deep raspberry. I've got some really random ones, but I'm a little bit nervous about spinning the wheel to do the hair tuft because I'm so limited on fur colors, and all of the other colors that I have picked out for this guy are very curated, you know, those muted, like autumnal tones. I am a tad worried that it's going to land on purple fur, and then I'm going to have to use the only purple fur that I have, which is like bright lavender purple. I should probably make sure that I'm closing this correctly. Hang on. I'm doing this by memory and that never goes well for me. Oh yeah, okay. I'm just decreasing around now. And then we'll be done with the face. And you know what's really cool about these patterns too is that they are not no-sew, but they are low-sew. Like for example, in this Yeti monster thing, the ears were crocheted in, and then we're gonna do the head first. And then what we'll do is we'll crochet onto the bottom of the head right here, and then crochet the body from there. So that makes it nice to not have to like sew a head onto a body, because more often than not, you know what happens to my heads? They look like they're going, huh? Say what? Their heads always look completely cocked, and sometimes I do it on purpose. Teehee, I said cocked, and I just like flew past it. But sometimes I do like the tilted head on purpose because I do think that it gives them like a little character and personality that's cute. But sometimes I want their head to be straight on. And something that I have found that really helps, if you do not use Ami sticks, like those, you can actually use like knitting needles. If you just have knitting needles laying around, what you do is you just shove them through the part. So like if I was sewing a body onto this head that I'm shoving stuffing into its face of, I would put the body down here, right? And then I would put that knitting needle or amigurumi stick through the head into the body, and then that would hold it. You might want to do two actually and kind of crisscross them on the center, but that would hold the head onto the body as you're sewing it so that it wouldn't risk like spinning or tilting as you are sewing. So let's close this up, and then I do know that we need to do a mouth on this. And I'm debating on whether or not we want to do the mouth just the same color as the face, or if we want to do it the darker teal, the same color as the body and the head, or if we want to spin the wheel and do a random color for the mouth. I feel like that's a little too risque. I'm not that ballsy. My kahunas are not that large, I don't think. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm leaning toward doing dark teal, instead of the same color as the face. for the mouth, so that way it stands out a little bit. But I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and finish everything else on the monster first, and then we'll make the decision what color mouth we're gonna do. Because remember, the darker teal is the whole body, so I don't want to do like too much dark teal if I do the mouth in that too. But anyways, I'm rambling. There is the head. It is done. It looks like a monkey with horns right now and slightly smaller ears than what a monkey might have. But this did not take me very long at all. The body's going to take me a while, especially the arms with all the color changes that I have to do in those. And they are very long. So I am going to turn my show back on. I'm almost done with this show. Second to last episode, and I'm very much so enjoying it, and it's spooky, perfect for Halloween. So I'm going to turn my show back on, but I'll check in with you guys probably after I have done the body. Well, let's see. It says do the lip next, but we're going to skip the lip. That reminds me of that Silly Songs with Larry from VeggieTales. I love my lips. Okay, so yeah, it wants us to do the body next and then into the legs. So I'll check in with you guys once I'm done with the body, because that's just all teal. Once we get to the legs, though, we're going to be doing different colors. So that is when we'll bust out the Joann's basket, which I have next to me right there, and figure out what order we're doing the legs in. But yeah, ta-ta for now. This show is spooky. This show, The Midnight Club on Netflix. Yeah, my nose just got stuffy. It has the world record for the most scripted jump scares in television and movie history. I wish I was recording. There was just a jump scare that literally scared me. I saw it out of the corner of my eye because I was looking down. And like the music went like boom, boom. And I was like, you should have seen it. I wish you could have seen it. So this is what I was talking about, the neck. It is crocheted onto the head. So it looks seamless, and then you don't have to sew. And it's honestly really nice. Look at this floppy guy. We don't like a floppy guy, actually. I think that I got this centered. The only weird thing about doing it like this is that sometimes when you do like the circle of crochets, like in this pattern, there are 12 that you're single crochets onto the head. If you get it off centered, then it is a lot harder to fix. I mean, it's like impossible to fix, because I wouldn't just be able to like cut these strands here and then re-sew it, because this is all crocheted. So that would destroy the entire body. The head would be fine. It would be salvageable, but not the body. Whereas if you sew something off-centered, you can always, just cut your stitches and then re-sew it if you need to. So before I get too far, I like to double, triple, quadruple check that it is even. And I do think that I got it to be even. I think this ear is bent forward a little bit, so it's kind of creating the illusion that it's not. But I did count the stitches, and I do think that it is even. Also, I mentioned earlier that I was going to stuff this, but I forgot that there were double crochets. I do think that I'm still going to stuff it. It's just going to be very, very lightly stuffed, because I don't want to stuff this firmly like I normally do, because I am a firm stuffer. That's what she said. No, that's what he said. Excuse me. But if I were to stuff this really firmly, then all of that polyfill would just be like spilling out these holes, like me trying to fit into jeans that are too small. So we'll just lightly stuff, but let's keep working on the body. All right, so here we are to the legs. I did do a little bit of stuffing, and it's looking real triangular. So here are the three colors that we have for the bottom: the dark green, the bright teal, and then the same color as the face. So this is where it's going to be knotted. He's looking like Lieutenant Dan right now. But do we want to switch back to the lighter color? Let me zoom out. There we go. The lighter color for the knots. Or I'm kind of thinking that we go dark green for the knots. I think we go dark green and then the teal. And then at the very bottom where the nails are, the toenails, we go back to the light. So that way, like, the toes and the face are the same color. And it brings that color scheme throughout. I think that's what we're going to do. Plus, this is Elise Voluto. This is very, very soft, very non-structured yarn. Oh my gosh, my nails look awful. Please don't look at those. Very non-structured, soft yarn. So this is going to be a heck of a lot easier to tie the legs into knots than like a chenille or a Premier Basics Brights is going to be. Every single time I make one of these loveys, I have a nightmare of a time tying the legs. So hopefully using the Elise will help with that. He is no longer Lieutenant Dan. He has one leg. It's very long and wiggly. I'm going to wait to tie it until the other one is done too, because in the book it says to tie one direction and then the other direction. And I don't know. They're supposed to be like mirroring each other. I'm just going to wait until both are done. I feel like I maybe should have gone one row lower on the dark green into the foot, because that's a lot of really bright teal on the foot, and that is definitely the brightest color that we have in this little guy. Speaking of little guy, this is a lot smaller than I thought that it was going to be, but to be fair, I'm using a 6.5 millimeter hook, and the patterns are written, I think, for a 7 and an 8 millimeter. So he's a little tiny guy, but that's okay. It's not the size that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and get this other leg done tonight, and then we'll get them tied, and then I think I'm going to head to bed because I got to wake up early tomorrow for a doctor's appointment. So I'll check in one more time with you tonight. It is now the next day. Had my doctor's appointment. Had to get blood drawn, which was, but we did it, and we're home now, so I can continue working on my little monster. Sorry, God, I got really close to the camera there. Jovi is wanting me to pet her. Look at her. She's thirsty. But we got to figure out what order we want to do the arm colors in. Let me flip the camera here. Oh, I just got French kissed by a dog. Okay, I'll give you loves. So you were gone all day long. You left me. And I do it for you. You guys know that Kermit the Frog sound that was going around on TikTok a while ago? Every time I look at this face, I think, I do it for you. Anyways, let's look at the colors. So here's my monster. There's my Jovi. There's my Paisley. So we've got the pink, the purple, the burnt orange, and the mustard. So I guess the question really is, what color do we want right next to the teal? Jovi is hitting my hand. Oh my gosh. She's so needy, you guys. Look, I got her in college. I got a dog to help with anxiety, but the universe got confused and instead gave me a dog with anxiety. She's cute though. But anyway, so I'm thinking that either the purple or the pink is going to look best like right up against, I mean, I guess technically the entire arm is going to be right up against it, but you know what I mean? Like what's sewn onto the monster. And I'm kind of leaning toward the purple being at the top and then pink. And then I'm thinking mustard and then orange at the bottom. And then that way the cream that I used for the little claw nails will really stand out against that orange. The contrast is there. So I think this is the order that we're going to go. And I believe the book says to start at the top of the arm. So we're going to start with the purple, I think. Update, you do start at the base, not at the top. So I did the arm a little bit differently than what it said to do, because you were supposed to do 5 Excuse me. Oh my goodness. 5 in a magic ring. My nails are so atrocious. I'm so sorry. 5 in a magic ring. And then on the next round where you do the bobble stitches, you're also increasing. But I felt like, I don't know, that was too complicated for me. So I just did 10 into the magic ring. And since this is Elise Voluto, it's really soft and doesn't shed and is strong and flexible, so I was easily able to get 10 single crochets in a magic ring and then pull it. I actually could pull it a little bit more. It's a little sphincter-esque right now. Yeah, in the arm, these are double crochets, and I don't know, oh, Jovi, don't lick the merchandise. Was the body half double crochets or doubles? I don't even remember. I remember the feet, look at them laying in the basket. The feet were half doubles, which I feel better about stuffing, but these are doubles, which is weird to me since the arms definitely are stuffed. Anyways, I'll continue on this. Here he is, Miss America. Oh, there's a hair on him. But here is our little monster, sans the mouth and the teethers. So for the arms, I did half double crochets instead of double crochets so that I would feel a little bit more secure about the stuffing in there. And I did stuff them pretty lightly. But what do we think about the color scheme, you guys? I honestly really like that. Oh, also, as I was trying to tie these knots last night, oh my goodness, that was a nightmare. Here's a pro tip for you if you're going to make one of these knotted loveys. Either very, very, very lightly stuff the feet. I thought that I did, but it was near impossible getting this big fat club foot through the loop when I was trying to make the knot. So either stuff it incredibly lightly, or I would recommend, like, before finishing the foot, tie the knot and then stuff it and finish off the foot. I think that when I do this again, that's what I'm going to do, or if I do another one of these anytime soon. And I think I made a mental note about that the last time I did one of these Mama Made Minis in the book, but I just forgot about it this time. Also, once you tie the knots, his feet turn a little bit, but that's okay. It just gives him some personality and character. Oh, and since I did the half doubles instead of doubles for the arms, I think that the arms are a little bit shorter than what they're supposed to be. I think that they're supposed to go like down to the knees, the little knots there, but I still think that they are plenty long enough to kind of look whimsical. So we got to do the mouth now. For his lips, do we want to go light blue or dark blue? I guess let me pull them out so we can compare. So here is the dark teal. This is the same color as the body. So if we did the mouth in that, that would definitely stand out. Or here is the lighter, I don't even want to call this teal, the seafoam color that I used for the head. That would just be like monochromatic. It would be a little bit 3D, but honestly, I'm feeling the darker blue. I think that this little guy is very whimsical, so we can add a little extra whimsy by giving him the nice big blue lips, like he's been out in the cold. And then we got to do the teeth too, and then our little friend's going to be done. We got to start thinking about a name for him. Guys, I think I messed up. Well, I didn't mess up. The wheel messed up because this thing was looking so cute, but the wheel landed on teeth, giving it teeth. And now it's scary. It's so spooky and I don't like it. Also, the mouth looks stupid. It looks like a nose. Like, that doesn't look like lips. Wait a second. I probably should have put the teeth coming out of the lips. Okay, hang on. Let me fix that. I was contemplating putting all... Oh my gosh, wait a second. This one's shorter than this one. I gotta fix that now. Okay, we're gonna leave it for now. You know what? I kind of like it. It kind of actually adds a little quirkiness to him, which, I mean, he is. Look at his color scheme. But I was going to say that I'm so sorry. My nose keeps getting stuffed because I have really bad seasonal allergies. If you hear my nose randomly stuff up. But I was going to put the middle teeth, up here as well. But I thought that this situation actually was cute because it looks like he's got a little bit of an underbite and an overbite. Which, I mean, he's a monster. So he probably does not go to the dentist. I mean, I don't know. Are there monster dentists? Is that a profession? Do they get paid well? I don't know. But I think this is the end of the vlog portion of the video, so I'll see you back in my office. So I actually forgot to add the fur. Now I said that we were going to spin the wheel for fur, but I really do not have that many colors. The only colors that I have are green, light purple, and then like this plum color. So I am going to use my very poor quality, but also very cute Woobles hook right now to do a little hair tuft on him. And I chose this darker plum color because none of the other colors really went. But if I had more fur, then I would have spun the yarn to see what the fates, what the gods say is in our fate for the monster's hair color. But this is what we're going with today. So right now I'm just going to chain a couple, and then we're going to, do we want to do like a little like curl? This is very difficult to do with only one visible eye because I cannot see anything out of my right eye because of all this hair, this emo scene hair. Okay, I am chaining a bunch, and then I'm going to single crochet increase up the chain so that we get a little curl. And he's going to look like a little boy band member with his little hair curl in the front. And maybe it'll make him look a little bit more friendly because those teeth, you guys, All right, and here is our monster. Why does his hair kind of look like Kevin Jonas? Joe Jonas? Nick Jonas? Which Jonas has this little hair tuft style? But that's what he looks like to me. I think that we're going to name him Chadwick because he looks like a Chadwick, does he not? So this little monster is going to go to my next market with me, which is next weekend. And he's also going to go up on the website. So wherever he sells first, he sells. So if you want to get your grubby little hands on Chadwick here and give him a home, he'll be up at thecelestialhomebody.com. That is all I have for you guys today. So thank you all for spending your Halloween with me. I hope that you get a lot of candy. Please set aside the Twix and the Snickers for me. Okay, because those are my favorite candies. Really anything chocolate. I am not a gummy or like a sour kind of gal. I like them chocolates. Also, I think I need a wand for just every video because I like to whip it around as I'm talking. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me on this episode of Crochet Monster Roulette. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.